Something ain't right, y'all. And I can't figure it out. But I know it's not right. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I don't know if y'all can see me or hear me. And what I do know is I don't like the way that this yeah, I can already see that it's lagging and I'm not feeling that. So what we're gonna try to do? What a guan do is when somebody come in, I'm going to ask y'all how the video and the audio is going down. And if it's going well, then we'll keep it. And if it's not going well, then we'll scrap it. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? I don't, because what I'm seeing on my side is not a good look. So let me know what's going on, y'all. What's good? Are we straight? You know, picking the audio clear. Am I dragging? Am I lagging? Y'all say Emily Dunlap in the house. She says, so far it's great in spite of late starting. Carol Chamberlain says, you freezing up. T. Carey Wright said, it don't seem right. You know what I mean? So, and I know that the problem is on my side. I know for a fact that the problem is on my side. Yeah, that's for sure. So let me see. Yeah, the problem is definitely on my side. It's saying that pages are unresponsive. Let's see. Emily says static on the Blog Talk side. Hold on. Let me see. Let me check something out. This is supposed to be a good show, though. Suppose you hear the audio on my side. But, all right. So let me see here. Let me test something, and then we'll be back on. What we supposed to talk about today, and what will go down one way or another, is we talking about either by murder or by cancer. So we was going to talk about that people seem to leave this world nowadays. And it was going to be good. And maybe it still will be. But first, we have to get some things in place. First, we have to get some things out that. I mean, my download speed is very good. My upload speed is pretty good too. So I even restarted the computer because it wasn't acting right. So can y'all see clear? Like, am I freezing a lot? On my side, I'm freezing, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. Let me see. 3 1 5 6 7 6 1 9 9. If I have to scrap this show, then I'm gonna scrap it the whole way. There would be no memory of it. You are now in the home queue. All right. This is what I want to see. All right, on the Blog Talk side, it's kind of all right. All right, that's what I needed. Oh boy. Let me see. All right. Okay. Annette Davidson, number one. All right. You say it's looking better now. I mean, how much? Look, I'm not really trying to. It's not on y'all end. That part I know. It's not on y'all end. So I'm like, how can I fix it on my end? Mm. Mm. Me. Ew. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. I don't know. Everything is slow on this side. All right. Try again. Mm-hmm. Really did the Daily Go Getimism show. All right, let me try. Can y'all still see me? Am I still there? Okay. That's not good. This is bad. Very bad. Let me see if y'all can. Let me see. I don't know. It seems a little better, but uh, okay, that worked. Let me try this. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I cannot work with a bad connection. It seems like it's all right. Y'all say y'all see me, but are y'all seeing what? Are y'all seeing me in a good way, or is it choppy? Is it like what's? Boy. All right, wait a minute. Give me a second. Give me a segundo. Mm. Mm. Come on, man. Okay. Okay. And let's do it like this. We're going to try it like this. All right. We have no connection on the Blog Talk side. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, boy. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, let me get that out of there. Let me try this. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess. For real, for real. This is a bit of a mess. All right. Says my lips aren't moving. Oh, those hands clear now. We understand if Ed rap it, we or the next day. So this kind of it's kind of has to it kind of has to happen. So what I wanted to talk about tonight is not really a sickness thing, but in a way it kind of is. But I know that when I was growing up, I didn't see as many cases of cancer as I do now. Now it's to the where it's hard to cancer, and it's disheartening. It's very demoralizing. That's what I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to talk about it, but that was the plan. That's what we was doing. That's what we was doing. So just scrapping this. Okay, wait. All right. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. Appreciate y'all hanging in there, but okay. Oh wait. I'm about to say I can't see what y'all see, which is what I really need to see, So let me see. All right. So it's a little janky. Like it's not all the way. It's clear, but it looks like it's stuttering. And then the circle comes. So either by murder or by cancer. Either, what? Fuck it, man. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this shit. The hell with it. Let's go ahead. We here, even though on the Blog Talk side, we're like done. You know what I mean? But we just gonna go ahead and do it. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the daily go get him show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get It show, and we are in motion. We got to get the thing popping regardless. That may be what we wind up calling the show. The shit regardless. Regardless. But what we're talking about tonight is either by murder or by cancer. So we're talking about the ways that people have left this world. it seems to me, I don't know about y'all, but it definitely seems to me that every time you hear about somebody dying, that they either got shot, or some type of violent crime happened to them, or they got cancer. And any of y'all, by the way, peace to any and every one of y'all who has had to watch somebody suffer through cancer, because you know how sad that is. You know how hurtful that is. You know how you can just watch all of your hope, all of your dreams of hope. No, all of your notions, your perceptions of hope. You can see them just. You watch somebody go from being a healthy, vibrant person, and then you watch them just wither away as they're fighting and fighting and fighting. They're fighting to stay alive. You know, some people put in much less dire situations have chosen to take their own lives. But when you watch somebody go through cancer and you watch them fight through it, and you watch them try to be brave and strong, when you know that they have to be in the most in the worst pain, the most excruciating pain that you probably can't even imagine. You know, when you're dying from the inside, it's one thing when you have flesh wounds. It's one thing when you have broken bones. It's one thing when you have pains that you can touch. When you have pains that can be eliminated or treated with painkillers or with diet and exercise. But when you watch somebody go through cancer, when you watch your loved one from the time of their diagnosis to the time of their passing, and then it will make you start thinking about your own life and your own mortality, especially if they are one of your loved ones. And it seems like nowadays that's just the way that people go. It doesn't seem like many of us die of natural causes or from old age. And I have to say natural causes or old age, because I used to think that everything that was natural causes, I thought natural causes equal old age. But you would be surprised nowadays of the things that fall under the umbrella of natural causes. A heart attack and heart disease are classified as natural causes. I'm like, well, how can these diseases or these conditions, how can they be natural causes? All right. I'm going to try to Google. Hold on, y'all. Natural causes of death. Okay. All right. Death by natural causes is often recorded on death records as the cause of a person's death. Death from natural causes might be old age, a heart attack, stroke, illness, or infection. Cancer is not considered a natural cause of death. By contrast, death caused by active intervention is known as a unnatural death. Now, I think that that's interesting, because how can a heart attack, which may be tied to heart disease, be natural causes, but cancer, which is not linked to any other disease, not be considered natural causes? What is the most common cause of natural death? Common cause of natural death. And it says the most common natural causes of death are respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Accidental falls, followed by suicide are the most common unnatural causes of death. All right, y'all. What I'm going to wait a minute. I'm getting some interesting information here. Let me make sure we still rocking. We still rocking, y'all. We still good. All right. Like I said, I want to thank y'all for rocking. Please press the like button, even if you don't like the way it's streaming. You know, do me that solid. We still gonna fight through this thing. We still gonna do this thing. All right. All right. All right. So let's go. Let's go. What are the leading causes of death in the US? Check it out. Check it out. These are the leading causes of death in the United States. Number 1, heart disease. 2, cancer. Cancer. Okay. Number 3, unintentional injuries. Number 4, chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 5, stroke and cerebrovascular diseases. Number 6, Alzheimer's disease. Number 7, diabetes. And number 8, influenza and pneumonia. Yo. Now, the reason that I think that this list is interesting is because I named this show either by murder or by cancer, symbolizing that I thought that murder was way more prevalent as a cause of death than a lot of other diseases. But it seems, let me see if murder ranks. You know, as Black people, we may have to look a little deeper into this thing because, okay, wait, we stopped at 8, and that was influenza and pneumonia. Number 9 is kidney disease. Peace to all my dialysis patients. And number 10 is suicide. Holy shit. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this link in the comments, and y'all can go back to them. Do mean sheesh. All right, let's go. You don't know how Emily says you don't know by now that we hang with you. I mean, I know that, but you know, there are other people who may be watching the show first time, and they might be like, yo, I mean, my people's told me to check this out, or I saw this show was streaming and I wanted to check it out. I liked the title and I wanted to see what was going on. I come in here to a bunch of technical difficulties. It was technical. What's up with the technical difficulties? Right. What's up with technical difficulties? You need to real clear, and we are up in it. We are up in it. We are up in. We may, as Black people, have to check out leading causes of death among Black people, or African Americans, as they like this. Emily says, when I was younger, I stayed with my cousin, but in my naive mind, I truly thought that she was going to get better. I didn't know her. I didn't know her sickness at the time. And T. Carrie Wright says, my dad died from cancer before his 39th birthday. Now it seems like everyone is dying from cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Okay. As Cook says, I look good. All right, cool. So I'm a little bit better. You know, we better, take the good with the bad. I appreciate it. It's good. Don't knock the microphone. You know what? Don't start. Y'all, how about y'all don't start? I mean, can you not start? Why you always gotta be starting? You know what I mean? Why y'all always gotta be starting? All right, so let's look that up. Let's look up leading causes of death you didn't know is either by murder or by cancer. 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 What you talking about? It's not exactly the kind of song that, I mean, but we sometimes we have to, I'm saying. So we're going, I mean. All right. So let's look that up. Let's look that up. Leading causes of death of Black people. Leading causes of death, Hispanic black males. No, leading cause of death. Leading causes of death among black U.S. residents. Let's see. Let's see, baby. Let's see. Let me see if I was tripping. Let's see if I was tripping. Because with us, they try to throw in abortion or some shit like that. Okay, distribution of the 10 leading causes of death among black U.S. residents in 2017. 2017. All right, here we have it, y'all. Diseases of the heart. Number 1, malignant neoplasms, cancers. That's what that is. Accidents, unintentional injuries, cerebral vascular diseases, stroke, diabetes, chronic lower respiratory diseases, assault, homicide, nephritis, I'm sorry, nephrotic syndrome, and basically kidney disease, Alzheimer's disease, and septicemia. Septicemia. What is septicemia? So I guess what it's trying to say is that the way our leading causes of death go are pretty much the way that the rest of the country go, maybe just not in the same numbers. I don't know. That sounds a little weird to me, especially since I remember being a teenager in the 90s, 1989, when I was 19 years old. And I remember being anxious about turning 19 years old. And I don't mean anxious in a good way, like, yo, I can't wait to turn 19. I was almost afraid to turn 19 because 19 was the death. I mean, that was the age that most black males were murdered. Like, it was the hardest age for black males to make it through. We was dying at an extremely high rate at age 19. So I don't see how that got factored out of the equation. But something tells me that I don't know if things have improved that much, especially to the point where they could push it all out of the statistics. Carol Chamberlain says, if you look at a death certificate, it always lists heart failure first, and secondary is whatever the disease is. Interesting. Interesting. And by the way, peace, shout outs, and much love and compassion and condolences for any and all of you who have lost any loved ones recently, and for those of y'all who have lost loved ones due to cancer or by murder, because there's a correlation with our people between cancer and murder. One, you have die slow with them, and the other one, they die when you're not there. Most of the times, there are times when we actually witness our loved ones getting murdered, but normally we're not there, and we have to come and view the body or whatever, and there are always all these unanswered questions. And why did it have to be that way? Why would you do this to my loved one? Why did it have to happen? I wish I could just go back to yesterday when they were here. That type of thing. So, my deepest condolences go out to any and all of y'all who have been through that. I've been through it, and it's hard. It's very, very hard. It's extremely stressful. It can lead to depression. It can lead to long periods of sorrow and self-doubt. Yes, it can lead to self-doubt. And that's one of the saddest parts about it. One of the reasons that it can lead to self-doubt is because it can leave you with survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt. Like, why am I here and they're gone? Why shouldn't it been me? Why shouldn't it have been me who passed and then still be here? Particularly when you were part of the circumstance of bearing witness to a loved one passing. Why didn't I tell them? Why didn't I tell them not to go there? Why didn't I make them listen? Why didn't I tell them to stop smoking them cigarettes? Why didn't I tell them to start eating better? Stop Yeah, why didn't I tell them to lose weight? Oh, why? I said, why didn't I take better care? Why wasn't I there? Why wasn't I there? Why did not take better care? I said, why wasn't I there? Why wasn't I there? Survivor's guilt is some real shit. Survivor's guilt is some real shit, and you can you can experience survivor's guilt when you are here and someone that you love deeply, whether they were a romantic love or whether they were a familial or friend love, you know, it can leave you wondering why. And it can also make you wonder what's in store for you. How much time do you have left? Unfortunately, some of us have had the experience of seeing someone die and someone die that someone loved tremendously, and then watching them die shortly after that. You know, like a husband and a wife that were deeply in love or whatever together for years and years and years, and then the wife dies, and shortly after the husband dies, or the hubby dies, and shortly after the wife dies. But it normally doesn't go that way. It normally goes the other way. Normally, when the woman dies first, the husband seems to follow after that pretty closely. But I may be likening that to more of my experience and more of my observation than other people. So I ain't trying to, you know, make things all about me. So oh, sepsis. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. If you look at the okay. Robbie Mink says, where did all these ailments come from? Years ago, what I remember, it was only a natural disease, natural cause. Yeah. And then David says, are there any autoimmune diseases on the list? No. No, them Jones don't be killing people the way we be thinking, you know. Sepsis. I still miss my Emily says, I still miss my best friend to this day. It seems something or someone always reminds me of Cliff. I hear you. Monica Davis says it shuts down your organs. She's talking about sepsis. And David says septicemia was one of the causes of death, a mother's death certificate. Monica says, I had sepsis when I had pneumonia. It's your body's response to infection, and it's rapid. Robbie Mink says, Omar, I actually seen my brother crossing over to the other side in the hospice. Queen Monica says, I just looked it up. Sepsis is an inflammation throughout your body. So that sounds a lot like when cancer spreads. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's what that is, though. Queen Monica says, this subject is touchy. My deepest thoughts with everyone. I'm not sure if we ever fully resolve. I mean, it is what it is. But when I wanted to talk about either by murder or by cancer, listen, when I was growing up, I just didn't see all of these people dying of cancer. We knew some, but we didn't know as many as we do now. It's crazy. It's out of control. It really is. It's out of control. You know, and it doesn't seem like enough attention is being paid to it. That just besides the fact that they want you to donate all the time to research. So ain't nobody getting cured or nothing. There are some people surviving, but nobody getting cured. Shout out to my girl Davina Davis Norris, Dee Dee Norris. Matter of fact, you know, I remember me and her were going back and forth a lot. We was going back and forth because I said that chemotherapy does not work at all. It's worthless. And she said, shit, chemo saved my life. Last night, the chemo saved my life. And I'm like, look, maybe God saved your life, but that chemo ain't do it. It has like a 90 to 95% fail rate. How can that save anybody's life. But hey, hey. So that's where we are with it, y'all. By murder or by cancer. We're talking about the ways that nowadays takes you up out of this world and into the next dimension, into the next world, into glory, into heaven, into the universe, into the spiritual realm, into the spiritual realm. Emily says, because for some reason, the family don't tell the public that the death was from cancer. They kept that private. Is why it wasn't known. I mean, when AIDS was taking people up out of here, I know a lot of people or intravenous drug use or whatever. It was almost like we were blaming the victim of the disease instead of the disease itself, you know. Emily says, because wait. Robbie Ming says, my brother had cancer, and I believe he just gave up to be with his wife. Wow. Queen Monica says, yes, that chemo center is full of people. People rain to get a cure. Carol Chamberlain says, chemo is poison. Emily agrees that it's God that saves people. But he may save people. But we also have to admit that he also takes you up out of here. One thing I don't believe in is almost dying. I don't believe that there's a such thing. I never forget my late stepmother. I never forget my late stepmother had a heart attack, and she died twice on the operating table. They said it, and she said it, that she died twice on the operating table, and she described a little bit about when she died. And I remember saying to her, like, you ain't die. Because if you died, I would be talking to you now. And she says, no, I've been there. So she didn't fear dying. Well, 5 years later, she died for real. Well, no coming back. There's more to that, but you know. And arrogantly, who am I to say? Who am I to say if somebody has experienced death or has been to the other side or not? So I apologize for that. I apologize for my ignorance and my arrogance. Okay. So in our community, we know we have friends, families. Some of us are the ones who have had loved ones, unfortunately, sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, and bless y'all too. And most distressingly, children who have been murdered. Some of us have experienced that. And you know how hard it is for a parent to bury their children, because that doesn't symbolize the circle of life. It ain't supposed to happen that way, but it happens the way it happens, not the way that we think or that we've been taught or conditioned that it's supposed to happen. The oldest in the family is not always the first to go. I've seen the youngest go. You know. T. Carey Wright says, I actually said bless you out loud. Yeah, I know. Go-get is a very spiritual Mad spiritual. You know what I'm saying? We be blessing niggas. Niggas be blessing niggas. All right. Queen Monica says, I'm on a form of chemo to suppress my immune system. It's helping now. Who knows the long-term effects? Carol Chamberlain says, my grandson was murdered. I mean, or our ones go out. Like, fun ain't fun no more. We scared to let our kids go to the club. We scared to let them go to a party. We scared to let them go hang outside. We scared to let them go anywhere or do anything without our supervision. With full knowledge that we can't protect them from everything in the world, but we try hard. And anxiety over that shit, we scared. We don't want it to be ours. Some of us don't want it to be us again, or don't want it to be ours again. It's hard. It's very, very hard. So, we trying to, I mean, and we trying to, I'm saying. So it's tough. It is. It's tough. Either by murder or by cancer. Either by murder or by cancer. That's what we're talking about tonight, y'all, on the Daily Go Getimism show. Either by murder or by cancer. It just seems like so many of us have perished. So many of us have passed away. So many of us have bit the dust. So many of us have left this world, left this earth, left this life, left this dimension by murder and cancer. Regardless of what the CDC or the World Health Organization or the American Medical Association has to say about the leading causes of death. We know what we see. Some of us gotta watch. Some of us have to watch all of that murder and mayhem and chaos on the news, and some of us see it with our own eyes. Either way, it's going to make you feel a way. Either way, it's going to make you feel a way. Because, we don't want this for ourselves. Understandably so. Definitely understandably so. And we fight vehemently in order to keep it from happening to us. We don't want to see that. And we can only do but so much, but we willing to die trying. I know y'all feel what I'm talking about. Some of y'all may have loved ones that you would have gladly have stepped in and took a bullet for. Like, no, you ain't taking that one. You ain't taking this one. Thank God it didn't come down to the point where you actually had to do it. But I get it. I absolutely get it. And to put an even more definitive stamp on that, some of us would have given our lives to people who may not have given their lives for us. Doesn't matter. Your love says to go ahead and do it and provide the service. It doesn't ask you what somebody do for you. Your mind will ask you that. You understand? Do you understand? Understand? So either by murder or by cancer. Now, I don't want to, I was going to try to keep from doing this comparison, but I think that we need to go ahead and get it out of the way. And so let me ask y'all this. What do y'all think what is tougher to deal with? I know I asked this question last year, and I asked it. I even brought back that question on one of my memories on Facebook, and I posted it. But what do y'all think is harder to recover from, or harder to accept as a cause of death? Murder or cancer? What takes a greater toll on your emotions? Watching somebody live out the rest of their days, with those good days and those bad days, or murder. I just saw them. Oh, I never got a chance to say that I love them. Never got a chance to say goodbye. I never got a chance to tell them how I feel. I never really got a chance to say why. What's tougher in your opinion? Watching somebody die from cancer or losing a murder, being murdered? Both of them, in my opinion, have long-term effects, because when you, like I was just saying, when somebody dies of cancer, you got to watch them for a long time perish, wither away, lose all that weight, lose all of their body hair. But when somebody gets murdered, now you got to go through the murder trial. If they find them, first you got to go through feelings of regret, feelings of remorse, feelings of revenge, feelings of retaliation, feelings of injustice, the long court trials, seeing our loved ones, seeing the person who killed our loved ones sometimes get off the hook. The courts decided that it wasn't a murder, it was self-defense. Or the court decided that your loved one, the one who got murdered, was the one who caused their own death. Let me see. Come on, man. T. Carey Wright says, people are dying younger and younger these days. It's a big deal to make it to 65. Oh, shit. Annette Davis says, this show makes my recent diagnosis seem like a common cold. Well, you know, Annette, every day is a blessing. And, and sometimes we forget that blessing because we have hard times, because we experience stress, because we experience hard, disappointments in our lives, because we have to deal with adversity. It makes it hard. It makes it seem like our fear. And to me, that's just as bad as and stifling as cancer and murder. Carol Chamberlain said, hell, a husband and wife were walking their dog and the wife was shot in the leg the night before last in Philly. T. Carey Wright says, murder is harder for me. I understand. Carol Chamberlain says, for me, it's murder. It's sudden and unexpected. And then David says, watching my mother die was the worst thing I ever had to go through. Yeah. And Carol Chamberlain says, yeah, the victim becomes the aggressor. Emily says, it's a different dying and being killed. Difference between dying and being killed. Here they are being killed by somebody else's hand, someone else's hand. That's that iPhone thing. Listen, I'm letting y'all live. But this is going to stop. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, Annette, it was hard watching my mother suffer. I was asking God to just let him, watching your brother suffer. I'm sorry, watching my brother suffer. I was asking God to just let him transition peacefully. Yeah. Let him transition peacefully. Hey, Carol, I want to ask you a personal question. When you watch your brother in his last days, and the last days are the longest days, because it ain't over until it's all the way over. I've seen hospitals call the family in. You know how they supposed to call the family in because, to say their last goodbyes, because it's supposed to be over. They ain't going to make it through the night. They ain't going to make it through the week. I've seen them call the family in and have to send everybody home, call the family in again, send everybody home. I've seen the shit go. It's not over until it's OVER, all the way OVER. You can't successfully take yourself out. Y'all in the dig? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? True indeed, brothers and sisters. True indeed. So, I guess I'll have to answer the question myself also. T. Carey Wright says, no matter which one it is, death can be a hard pill to swallow. It is. Carol says, cancer ravages the body and mind. Oh my God, does it? I guess for myself personally, which one would I rather live out? Like, at least with cancer, you can see them on their good days. You can see them in days where they're strong enough to go out, to have fun, to travel, to, to fight. So I guess murder is harder for me because it's like, why you have to take out my man? Why you have to do shorty like that? Like, you ain't have to kill them. What gives you the right to take their life? Their life. What gives you the right to do that? So maybe it's murder. But then again, man, y'all know, even though I done got all fat and you know what I mean, but I'm still a health nut on the inside. So it pains me to see people in pain and see people sick and hurt. It really does. It eats away at me. Just, it's not good for my spirit. So murder, I get to thinking about how people felt in their last days. Oh, speaking of people in their last days, you know what, Carol, I never even got a chance. I didn't even finish my question to you. My question to you was, and I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I got off track. My question to you, Carol, was when you were watching your brother in his last, still having brain waves, but did you ever feel like maybe he had already transitioned and his body was just left here to do whatever it was going to do in his last days? And if you don't want to answer that, please pardon me and forgive me for even asking. But I've always wondered that. I've always wondered about the real point in which a person leaves this world. I've always wondered that. I've always wondered if they transition long before their physical body closes his eyes for the last time and all that kind of shit. Always wondered that shit. Queen Monica says, yes, I was with my grandmother when she took her last breath. I wouldn't have it any other way. Queen Monica says, everyone was asleep except me. I didn't expect her death. Cancer after retiring after 30 years, but I know I had her back like she had mine until the last breath. Robbie Ming says, I'm still dealing with how my mom died. Friday coming, my mom will be dead 2 years. My sister and brother still hasn't told me what happened. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita, she says, I think you may be right, Omar. He was out of it, non-responsive. I mean, I guess none of us will ever know until we get there. And trust and believe, I'm not looking forward to any of us getting there anytime soon. And I mean, no time soon. But the interesting thing about death is as much as many of us fear it and the anxiety that it gives us, we are fully aware of its inevitability and its finality. We are fully aware of how final it is and how definite it is. But has that stopped us? Let me ask y'all something. Am I the only one death at late at night thinking about life? Like, what the fuck is that? What is life? What are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously, what is this? What is this thing? And do we really enjoy life, or do we get comfortable, or just adjust to it? You know, we talk about quality of life. We talk about quality of life a lot, especially on this show. But what is it? What is it? Do we really know? You know, have we just submitted to life, submitted to living, or are we full of life? We talk about other people, how they were so full of life, how they are so full of life, but are we normally describing ourselves? You know, like I said, I've stayed up at night, heart beating out my chest before thinking about life, and then thinking about like, yo, all right, as hard as and how tough and as difficult as life can be sometimes. But shit, I'm used to this shit. What do you mean this has to end? Where we going? Where we going? What you talking about? Carol Shameless says, I hope he was, because the suffering had to end. Word. T. Carey Wright says, not everyone accepts the finality of death. I know. And it's amazing to me that we refuse to accept the finality of it. Especially when especially when the longer we live, the more and more we have to stare that truth right in the face. Ain't no way around it, ain't no way through it, ain't no way over it, under it. We can only go to it. And people running around here to this day, I'm sure, like, what you mean Kobe Bryant is dead? You know, somebody who makes an impact on your life that way. If you were a big Kobe fan, you know? You know, crying over people that you don't know. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't saying that as a diss. But when you think about the impact that someone has on your life, regardless of whether you knew them personally or not, just your sympathy and emotional ties to the human experience. You know what I mean when I say the emotional ties to the human experience. For those who may not know what I mean, how many of y'all have gone to a funeral for somebody? I mean, how many of y'all have gone to a funeral of somebody that you did not know to support a friend or a loved one who lost one? So you went to the funeral just to be supportive. I've done it. I've done it multiple times, and even went up to see the body. And the crazy part about it is, during the funeral ceremonies and whatever you call them, made me a little sad. I'm ready to shed a tear, like, because you get to thinking about your loved ones, like, man. But we go and we do things like that because we understand, we get it. We know that you have to be supportive when somebody loses somebody like that. You have to be. You have to be. It's not much of an option, you know? So, uh, it's possible that we tie ourselves to the death situation voluntarily and involuntarily. But just like Carrie said, we don't always accept the finality of death, but I think we do. I It could be that, well, let me ask, could it be that we don't accept the finality of their existence? Because once they transition to the, shout out to my girl Jamila Muhammad, you know, Jamila Jamila has 4 sons. She had 4 sons, and she lost her son. And I knew, by the way, I knew all her sons, especially the first 3. I knew them when they were little boys. And the last time I physically saw them was in 2016, and she came back from she came from Texas, and she came to Philly to go on a hike with us. So we went on a hike, had a nice time. And I had a picture of her boys. And one of the boys I killed, murdered last year. And when she told me that he got murdered, I was like, fuck. Those boys were smart. They were ambitious. They were energetic. They were talented. So seeing him in the photos, I sent her the photos. And she thanked me for the photos, and we was texting each other, and she was saying how she really misses him, and she was saying how she has connected with him, and he told her that he's okay. And he said to her, this is what she said. She said that he told her that he saw all of his ancestors around the hospital bed at the time of his death, and they told him that it was okay. It was all right for him to come to the other side. S. Cook says, I often wonder how I'm going to die. Carol Chamberlain says, no, Omar, you're right. I always want to improve my quality of life. And I think I think about it hard too. Carol Chamberlain says, oh, Annette says, I have a couple of times. Carol says, since I almost died, when I go, I hope I won't know. Maybe it will be swift. Robin Ming says, I did years ago, but not now. Queen Monica says, yeah, it still took me months to sleep and be at peace. I had a dream about my grandmother and saw her waving to me from a porch. Queen Monica also says, smiling, to know she was letting me know that she was all right. When she was in her final days, I told her she has done all she could do to teach us. So let go if she was ready. So that vision was like her returning the support. It's heavy shit. Annette Davis, the number one, says, funerals remind me of my immortality. You mean of your mortality. Immortal means you can't die. We're mere mortals. Queen Monica says, I used to attend funerals to support even when I don't know them. I've even had to record the service when I was a videographer. Yeah, I don't know what's up with cats these days. All this taking pictures of people in the casket and all that. Like, why would you want those images? Fuck out of here. I ain't with none of that. Please make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate it. I'd appreciate it mucho. And like, subscribe, and share. 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 This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. And we're talking about either by murder or by suicide. What y'all know? Either by murder or by suicide. And then David says, I know I didn't want to have to rewrite it. Sorry, my bad. It's all good. As Cook says, they have the bodies at the card table with a six-pack. I know, man. Wait, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, and on a motorcycle. I saw that shit. Like, niggas is bugging. You spend all that money. Like, what are you doing? You know, we just remember him the way they lived. They wasn't born on no damn motorcycle, yo. People gonna do what they want to with their money. You know, like, I just don't. Queen Monica says, family that can't attend sometimes want to have those. I never heard of it until my cousins from South had a book full of pictures. Listen, if I miss a funeral, then I miss the funeral. I mean, people gonna do what they do, but if I miss the funeral, then that's just what happened. I missed the funeral. I'm going to be forced to remember the person the way that I remember them when they were alive. And I'm good with that anyway, because people they rarely look like themselves at a funeral, you know, after they've been embalmed and all of that. You know, we got them there just looking like they're resting. And I don't mean to be crass, but S. Cook, putting a dead person on a motorcycle or at a table with a six-pack. I'm here wondering why we cross the arms and make it look like we're sleeping. And these motherfuckers got them up like they in life asking, yo, I'm dead. What the fuck am I doing playing cards with a six-pack? Yo, I'm dead. What the hell am I doing on this motorcycle? Lordy. And then David says, I've been to places where the body was in the house. Down south, maybe? That's how they used to do it back in the day. Did anybody ever read the book or see the movie The Learning Tree? Great movie by Gordon Parks. Great movie. Great book, The Learning Tree. If you've never read it, please give that book a read. Let me Google it. I'ma Google it. I read this book a couple of times when I was a teenager, and I saw the movie every time it came on HBO. The Learning Tree by Gordon Parks. Yeah.
The Learning Tree is a 1969 movie directed by Gordon Parks, starring Kyle Johnson, Estelle Evans, and Alex Clark.
Mm-hmm. Great movie. Great movie. Let's see if I the book. All right. Let me get the I'm gonna try to get the book title. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, the book. Okay, I got it. Okay. So they got the book and the movie. If any of y'all have read the book or saw the movie, holla at me. Me and Dita love this movie. It's a great movie. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. The link is too long. Damn. Okay, we got to shave off 79 letters. Oh, damn. All right, I'm going to try this. Hold on. Let me see if we can find a shorter link. Good Lord. Shorter link. Let's hear it from America's sweetheart. Let me see. Okay. All right, here we go. I'll put the link for the book first. And then I'll do it for the movie. He told me that was going to happen. Great book. Queen Monica says, family that can't attend. Okay, my bad. Wait. As Cook says, with a mink coat on. No matter how, and T. Carey Wright says, no matter how I go, celebrate me, share music, old pics, laugh, and my recipes. Side note, if I'm murdered, I keep the grenades and guns in the garage. She says, dude, but what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Wilhelmina? Okay. Okay. The movie came out in 1969. It really was a good movie, though. All right. Oh yeah, we gotta get on up out of here. We gotta get ready to get on up out of here. Let's do these birthday shout outs. And then we need to go bye-bye. We need to go bye-bye. We gotta go bye-bye. No. We can't stay. You go bye-bye. Yes, you'll go bye-bye. Mm-hmm. Oh no, you go bye-bye. You go bye-bye. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 6th, March 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are number one out the box. Bo Collins turning 47 years old today, and Tracy Reed turning 39 years old today, and also lovely Auciel turning 27 years old today, and Verdella Brown turning 65 years old today, Brown, and Tamika Presley turning 42 years old today, and Ciliana Luna D. Rivas. Happy birthday to you. And April Kelly turning 35 years old today, and Veronica White turning 28 years old today, and Tommy Turner, comedian Tommy Turner, turning 37 years old today. And Kareem Slade, my old partner, Kareem Slade, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Kimberly Thompson, turning 40 years old today. Turning 40 years old today. Got a 40 up in her hand. And a 40 with the band. She's 40, y'all. She's 40, y'all. Yo, clear the way. She got a 40. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah. And what's up now? And she's asking, man, she raising money for Black Lives Matter. Man, pretend I ain't even see that shit. Pretend I didn't even read that or see that. But it's all right. It's gonna be all right, and you know it's gonna be all right. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man. Listen, whether it's by murder, whether it's by cancer, sickness, diabetes, heart disease, heart attack, stroke, freak accident, tragic accident, whatever. We know that we're going to lose. We're going to lose people before people lose us, and it's disheartening. And at the end of the day, we will always have the spirit. We will always have the spirit that they gave to us and that they shared with us and that they still instill within us, that should inspire us to go on and to know that we are protected, we are safe. And regardless of the way we go, when we go, we're gone from this world, but there is another world that we will become a part of, and we can rock on and do the damn thing. And I would like to also take a quick second out to talk a little bit about reincarnation, because many of us believe that when you leave this world, you come back in another form. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Nobody rocks the mic, like 5 of us. We do return to the ground, and you know that from the ground with water, all things in this world raise up, they grow, they are given life. So regardless of how many lives are taken, lives are still going to be generated, and possibly through reincarnation, they're regenerated. I don't know what we're going to see when we reach the other side, but I know what we're going to see while we're on this side. So what I would encourage each and every one of y'all who listen to this show, look at this show, listen to this show, or are part of this movement, to fight tooth and nail to improve your quality of life. And you'll know if you're fighting and winning when you start to feel better about the choices that you make and the future that's in front of you and the things that you're doing in the present, and are able to let go of the negativity of the past if the past is filled with negativity. So, man, shout out and peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Thanks for supporting the Daily Go Getimism show and this movement. Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Of what I said like, share, subscribe. 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 Like, share, like, share, like, share, subscribe, baby. Get live, baby. Gonna make this thing real. Survive, baby. We out of here. Holler at y'all later. There will not be a Daily Go Getimism show tomorrow, or an Urban Therapy with Sun show on Sunday. This flower show, baby. Peace to y'all though, and love is love. And you know that I love ya. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Peace, y'all. I said, look, this joint messed up. I can't even end the show. Come on. Let me go. Sigh. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna let me do it. All right.